Hi, everybody. This is Christy here, the daughter of Scarlet and the granddaughter of Rocky. And I have a message for all of you who are listening to this channel. You know, it's not every day in life that you find a friend who is also a mother figure. But you will see it here on this channel, because to Scarlet, Rocky is both.
We have the bond of a lifetime, a mother and daughter duo together. We do things together. Our love is forever. No one can compare us to puppies. We might do a ramp, we might do FaceTime laugh, we might just do a morning routine or make some coffee. We might drop something, might try new food. You just never know what else puppies are gonna do. So y'all come hang out with us too. I promise you it's gonna be a good show. Life's rich aroma, enjoying every sip of our morning brew. Could be 8 o'clock coffee in the pot or a crazy Keurig that cries. You just never know we're gonna do. But I promise you, it's a bond of a lifetime. A mother and a daughter do things together, just having fun. Or it might be serious. It could be a rant, or it could be something special. You just never know. So come along for the ride. Thank you for being here with us in this wild ride. Love is a must. Through the highs and lows, our love forever shows. It's great hanging together, just us two puppies. Thank you for watching. We love you.
Hey everybody, Rocky here, and I'm packing my overnight bag to spend it out with my friend Michaela Hyman. She's really sweet and very precious to me. I'll admit I'm a little nervous about it because, as you know, well, you don't know, but as some of you know, I don't go many places after what happened with Charlotte. I just don't go many places. I just don't feel comfortable with going many places, so because of that, I just don't. I just freaking don't. Hey, Snowball. Snowball's over here. She knows Mommy's going and she's not happy. I have a black overnight bag that says the word pink on it. I have no idea why. But, I have one t-shirt, one pair of shorts, and some undies. And I gotta put my white cane in there. Gotta find a white cane. And I gotta put my meta glasses. I gotta find my meta glasses and my charger for that. So let's do that, shall we? Yeah, so let me find my meta glasses and my cane real quick. Because I'm not taking my backpack this time. I would have done that, but I don't know, I just didn't this time. Okay. Cane, check. Probably should have used my backpack because this is smaller than my backpack is, but I didn't. Meta glasses and charger. Okay. Charger, where's the charger? I dropped my computer. Charger. Charger, check. Medic glasses, check. Put those in here. I'm not going to pack too much. I'm going to pack very lightly because I'm not staying but for one night. Praise God, because I don't know. I just don't do all-nighters very much. I support if it's like people like, of course, my daughter I would, for her and I.
YouTube. Now. LMG Vids. 4K Haunted Mansion Holiday. New 2025 EOB. Disneyland Art Vertical Line 4K 60 frames per second. EOB per second HP. Attachment.
Meds. Thank God I remember that. Meds. I'll get my meds now. Because I have several different medications I have to take that I cannot miss. A couple of them being seizure medications. Meds. Medic glasses. Go. Excuse me, get your ass right here, thank you. So let's set this back up where it goes. Oh, there it is set up, okay. Whatever, okay. Now meds, I need to get my seizure medicine. Well, I have left of it, actually. I'm low on some of my seizure meds. So that's going to throw the pharmacy to pick up my seizure medication because I'm low on it. Where are you, seizure meds? Seizure meds. There's one. And where is the other one? Oh, seizure med. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. But where are you? Aha! Gotcha! Now you can't get away from me, mister. So now I've got my seizure meds, blood pressure, and Synthroid. Hi, baby. Nice to know about baby. Hello. Hello, my little friend. Hello, my little friend. Ow! Sure, those bite and scratch me. Meds. Checkaroo. Gotta have medication because if I don't, you can see a seizure. That nearly happened a couple times in one of the place I went to, so we're not gonna have a seizure happen. No, we're not. So everything but my phones are packed. All I gotta do is put my phones and charger. Everything is basically done. So I did have coffee for a minute with you and discuss what we're doing. So my NFB Cynic City chapter is having a
YouTube 2 minutes ago. LMG Vids 4K Haunted Mansion Holiday. New 2000 speech off.
And because we're doing this gathering, we're doing like a movie night. It's $5 a person to watch the movie and get a free get popcorn and drinks and whatever. And I think it's kind of sort of a dumb idea, really, because you don't get you don't get like movie theater popcorn. It's like microwave popcorn. If it was movie theater popcorn, I could see it, but it's not. And I honestly really wonder why I'm even going, but whatever. I guess I'm going just to go. I don't know. We're gonna see How to Train Your Dragon, the new one. So I was hoping not to have to do a 2-day vlog again because I really didn't want to have to do that, but because of the fact that I'm tight on time, I'm gonna have to, and I really don't like having to do that. I don't, because 2-day vlogs are a pain in the rear end. They really are. They're a serious pain in the rear end because you have to get everything together, and you're already tired from your trip, and you have to get everything together. I already know what I'm gonna do. I just the editing process is interesting, but hopefully, if everything goes, y'all, I'm just going to say pray for me, because if everything goes as well as I hope it will, I'll be getting my microphone that I need for editing and YouTubing and stuff. So, alright, so I will try to vlog as much as I can where I'm at. I don't know how much I'll get in, but I will do my best. I will probably get people to say hi to you guys. And upload it from there. So we'll see what happens. Alright, let's see what happens, guys.
Hello. I'm doing this on here this time. We're going to check this out. Welcome back To Scarlet and Rocky, the bond of a lifetime. Mom don't know I'm doing this. Anyway, I'm gonna put this coffee in the fridge, make this into some cold coffee. It's 8 o'clock coffee with Cinnabon Crema, and it's the bomb.com. And then I'm going to make one real quick and put it in the fridge as well. So I'm gonna set this down right there. I'm doing this in Recorder HQ, you guys. Usually I do it in backpack, but I'm surprising Mom. There's that. And I'm going to make another coffee, and I'm gonna try something funky. Cause that's what I do, you know, you guys. And while I'm doing that, or while I'm making it, I'll tell you what my video is gonna be about. I'm going to tell you kind of my story, like Mom did, and go from there. So, basically, I don't have the exact same story as Mommy, but mine's a bit different on how I got into reborns. And so I'll tell you mine as well. I'm going to make a caramel. I'm going to put the creamer in first, mix it up, and then I'm going to pour the coffee in it and put it in the fridge. That's how we're going to do things here. Okay. So basically, someone had actually gifted me a reborn as a surprise, because I didn't know what they were at the time. I didn't know what a reborn was. I didn't realize how realistic they felt. And I was, you know, because I had asked a lady, who shall remain anonymous, I'm not going to say names, but I asked her what it was, because I'm like, what in the world is a reborn? You know, because a lot of people like to pick on her all the time. They, oh, you should get a cat, you should do this, you should do that. Well, some people can't get cats, you know, they're allergic to them. Or, you know, they can't have kids. Or, you know, stuff like that. Now, mind you guys, what I'm doing is I'm just mixing the caramel creamer and some French vanilla creamer. Now, I'm going to put the rest of my coffee that I made, 8 o'clock coffee, in this cup. Go. And then I will mix that up and put it in the fridge because it's not really that hot. I mean, it's not really much coffee, but and then I'm going to get this filter out of here. Got it. And pitch it in the trash. Ah! Oh, great. Okay, there's the trash. I was like, where is the garbage can? Ew. I do not like the dusty. Oh! Yuck. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Sensory. Yuck. Ew. Ew. I do not like the feeling of dust on my fingers. Yeah, I have some sensory issues as well, even though I'm not autistic. Certain things I just do not like the feeling of them on my fingers. Yuck. Ew. Yuck. Ew. I do not like the feeling on my fingers. Yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. But man, you open this closet and you can smell the paint, buddy. Hooey. Shoo. Shoo, doggy. That's stinky, stinky. But, anyway, so the lady gifted me a little girl. Now she is actually right now with my bio mama. So she's with her. And so that happened. And then there's that. I don't want it to go too far back because I don't want it. What was that? What the ever living hell was that? What the hell? Okay, I don't know if that was a cat sneeze or what the hell that noise was. But anyway, sorry about that, guys. I'm getting distracted trying to figure out what that noise was. But anyway, so basically got her, and I just fell in love with her. She was just so sweet. And then, I just started collecting. And at the time, I had not met Mom yet. I hadn't met Mom yet. And so when we did end up meeting via phone call, FaceTime call, it was a group call at first. And then we ended up exchanging numbers. Alonza and Nick gave one of us each other's contact. Because I think one gave hers to me and one gave mine to Mom. So that, they had it. Because they both already had my contact. She didn't. And they both had hers. So they just, one's like, well, I'll give hers to you and then give, yours to her. So that's what we did. They each helped out. And then, she started talking about the virtual, and I'm like, oh my God, you can do that? I mean, that was my exact reaction, was because, when I was younger, my therapist had always told me, use your imagination. If you hate where you're at, move. You can always pretend. And I thought my therapist was being a jokester, because he was a kook. I mean, my therapist was a jokester and a half anyway. And I'm like, you're a goober. You are such a goober. And he's like, yeah, well, you love me. And his name was Bill. And I did. I loved that man to pieces. He was like a grandpa figure to me. He really was. He was just so, so sweet. And so basically, Mom got me into using my imagination. And basically, the next thing I know, I'm like loving every minute of it, going places with them virtually. We went to California. That was the first thing we did, was we went to California with them on a trip. And we had a freaking ball. Pretending to see a group that wasn't even in the area, but we virtually brought them there. We virtually made it look like they had come there. How did we know that less than a year later, the lead singer would die on us? And it was rough, let me tell you. Now it's my turn to get emotional. Be warned, we get emotional easily. Both of us do. And me talking about my inspiration in life, it's rough to talk about. But little did I know that, about a year later, she would die. And bringing it up this month is a bitch, and I apologize. But she passed away August 5th, 2 years ago. And let me tell you, it's not easy to talk about because she was my inspiration. She is, always will be my inspiration. And, it was, actually 3 years ago this year. Not 2, 3. I'm so flabbergasted. I still can't get over it. 3 years ago this year, she's been gone. Because I forgot it was a year after my show. And we put one of her later songs as the outro song to my show. And little did I know that was going to happen. And I almost canceled the celebration for my show's 1 year birthday. But our friend Casey's like, no, you can't. Judith would not like that. And we're talking about the late, great Judith Durham, the lead vocalist for the Seekers.
And, you know, it was hard. It was really, really hard. And, you know, it was a bitch to talk about. And to do that tribute the weekend she died was not an easy task at all. And, you know, it took a freaking toll on me. It really did. And it still does every year because, I mean, she meant the world to me. I never met the woman. I wish I could have. But I never got that chance to meet her. And so basically, we did that, and then we, you know, the next time I had to do that, I did a tribute on the day the person died, which was a bitch and a half. And that was the late, great Gordon Lightfoot. Oh, God, that was a nightmare. Ugh. And I literally had to call my best friend Jenna and go, Jenna, we got a problem. Because Casey had Angel Matthews, one of our friends, had her over there. And I called her. Well, she called me first. And I was in bed. And for some reason, I wasn't thinking, because I was I was out of it, right? I was going to go to sleep. And they wanted to tell me they didn't want me to find it out on Facebook. They were trying to get a hold of me. Didn't happen. I looked on Facebook. I screwed up. Because they didn't say, don't look on Facebook. All they said was, call me. And usually they don't do that. But I didn't see the message. All I seen was, I just heard the phone call and knew it was Casey. But by the time I seen it on Facebook, I was a mess. And I called her and I was literally in tears. And I'm like, what the hell do I do? Because we were not going to do a show that week. And she said, call Jenna. You need to call Jenna, which is our friend. And so we called Jenna and I told her what was going on. She goes, well, go ahead and do it. Extend it. I'll run it. So we did. I got the talk breaks done. I was a mess, man. I was a total flipping mess. And so once I got that done and taken care of, you know, it was hard. It was really freaking hard. Because I had to run an intro that night and everything, y'all. It was like, ugh. And they always say, you know, and this is something that I learned from my biological mom. She said, you know, when you're good at something, it can be a curse and a blessing in the same thing. You know, it's a blessing and a curse. That's how she worded it. I said it backwards. She goes, it could be a blessing or a curse, or even both. And doing tributes to me is kind of both, because it's a blessing because you get to honor and pay homage, but it's also a curse when it's somebody you dearly love, like Judith and Gordon and the Kingston Trio and, you know, the Clancy brothers and people like that. That's when it's a freaking curse. And Lou Christie. I mean, there's so many. I could throw them out there. And it's like, oh, I hate this, you know. But like this year, you know, as we're working on this channel now, I do a show, and it's The Legends Live On is the name of it. And basically, it was supposed to be what we call a prank gone wrong. And yeah, it's a prank gone wrong, all right. It was supposed to be, you know, the Pranks Gone Wrong feature that I did last year for our station's 10th birthday, basically was shows that we thought would backfire on us. Basically, because I've had 2 different ones backfire. Christy ended up getting DCML, Down Country Memory Lane, because of firing me, and then the boss basically hired her on, and he knew who she was. And somebody was like, oh, he's going to make fun of you, don't tell him. Well, no, he actually loves her, adopted her as a niece. And, you know, even my SSA adopted her as a niece. And we're talking a service support administrator. She actually adopted my daughter as her little niece. And she'll pick on that woman all the time. Just like she picks on me, she picks on Kate, my SSA, all the time. And so anyway, basically, we virtually had lived in Australia for a few years. Then last year, holy moly, baby. So we had gotten back in contact, me and Mom did, thanks to Chantel, crazy lady. Anyway, I get to say that because I can. I have cis rights. Oh, did I say that? Whoopsie. Sorry, Chantel. Not. Anyway. Anyway, I love teasing her. It's fun. Anyway, so Chantel had, got everything done, and me and Mom were picking on each other, and Chantel's just sitting there going, yeah, something's wrong, all right. Not. Because it's like Chantel actually saw the two of us, and she could witness this. She saw the two of us just pow, just click like we used to. We'd play fight. We were messing with her. She fell for it, of course. Chantel will admit she fell for it. She thought we were actually fighting. Because I'd go at Puppy, because that's what her nickname is, Puppy or Puttapee. Because when she was little, she couldn't say puppy. She said Puttapee. Well, Casey one night was really tired, and it came out Puttapee, and it stuck. So now she's Puttapee. But anyway, so me and her were like we always do, just play growling at each other. And I was like, I'm going to pounce on a puppy. And she's like, not if I pounce on you first. And Chantel's like, what are you two doing? I'm like, because she came in right at that point because she had walked away for a second. And we're like, we're playing like we always do. And Chantel just watched it, and it's like, okay, here we go again. They're clicking like they did all these years ago. She's like, because see, Chantel missed it the first time because she wasn't involved in the FaceTime call. So Chantel missed that, but she was told about it, and she goes, oh, here they go again. And we're like, yep. And then that night, after we hung up with Chantel, we talked to Casey, and Casey did the same thing. Oh, here we go again. Because it was like we just clicked. And so then once that happened, it was like boom. And all of a sudden I decided behind Mom's back to move back. And me and Mom were both sitting there. We didn't know how I would do it, but because Mom didn't know I was doing it. I snuck that crap on her, but she didn't have a clue. Ha 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 ha. Because by that time, A Match Made in Heaven, Eternal Love Forever was born. We had our new YouTube channel. We had it up and running. Goober Lonzy decided to accidentally spell keys wrong. Whoops. Crazy kook. Anyway, so the next thing you know, we're sitting there, cutting up, laughing, having a ball. And so the next thing we know, I'm sitting there, and this is October, I believe. I believe it was October when we first met, basically, me in this little town that I fell in love with. This little town drug my heartstrings out and still won't let go a year later. Well, almost a year later. Jeez. I can't believe it's almost been a year. Yikes. But anyway, and I said, because me and Narquise had both agreed, which is my husband, Narquise, which is Mom's virtual son, that she adopted. She basically adopted him. And then I married into the family, basically, years ago. And so basically, I told him, I said, honey, it's going to take one hell of a story to keep me back, to bring me back here from a place where a group who kept me from committing suicide saved my life. Because the Seekers, the group I love, they're from Australia. They're from Melbourne, which is where we lived, which we still have our virtual home up there. But basically, I said, it's going to take one hell of a powerful story to take me from Melbourne, which is where a group that saved me from committing suicide lives. I said, it's going to have to take a powerful story. Well, Enter Rolling Fork, Mississippi, the seat of Sharkey County. Yeah, you heard me, Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Now, basically what we was doing was I was looking through YouTube and I was trying to find some unique named towns. Now, I followed a storm chaser named Freddie McKinney. That's who started all these storm chaser videos that I was following. Started with him. And I was like, you know, it's going to take a hell of a story, like I said. Well, all of a sudden I saw the scariest tornado I've ever chased, Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Now, of course, my phone pronounces it with the G. I don't, because they don't. So, the people that live there, that is. Freddie does, but I don't. Anyway, so I was like, what? Okay, I like that name. I didn't like what happened, of course, but I loved the town's name. And I'm like, okay, I love that name. That is cool as heck. And so I watched it. And let me tell you guys, talk about freaking Waterworks City. I was a freaking mess by the time that video was through. Then I saw Tornado TRX's video. And it was like, all of a sudden, that town just started blowing me up with vids.